Rookie minicamp has kicked off following the NFL draft, and the Green Bay Packers are making headlines with some surprising developments. Fans, where are you watching from? I want to hear your thoughts on this potential game changer for the team. Among the names listed for rookie camp are familiar faces like Brandon Cisse, Chris McClellan, and Danny Dennison. But the real intrigue comes with the presence of veteran wide receiver Chase Claypool, who is in Green Bay for a tryout. This move raises eyebrows, especially since the Packers opted not to draft a receiver this year. Despite this, their receiving core is looking solid, anchored by the promising duo of Christian Watson and Jayden Reed, both of whom are expected to be key contributors moving forward. They also have Savion Williams and Matthew Golden, both former top 100 draft picks, in the mix. Adding to the depth, Sky Moore is likely to secure a spot as the team's return man. This makes Claypool's path to the roster anything but certain. Once a burgeoning star in Pittsburgh, Claypool showcased his potential with impressive rookie stats: 62 receptions for 873 yards and 9 touchdowns. His second season continued to affirm his talent with 860 yards on 59 catches. Yet, after a tumultuous time with the Chicago Bears and later the Miami Dolphins, where he struggled to find his footing, Claypool is now trying to reclaim his status in the league. The Packers have been eyeing Claypool since his draft year in 2020. Standing at 6'4" and running a 4.42-second 40-yard dash, he fits the profile of the type of receiver the Packers typically covet. Ultimately, Green Bay went in a different direction, selecting Jordan Love in the first round, while Claypool was picked 49th overall, just ahead of where the Packers took A.J. Dillon. Fast forward 3 years, and the Packers found themselves in need of a receiver once again, especially after trading Davante Adams during the 2022 season. Despite efforts to bolster their receiving core, the Packers struggled, sitting at a disappointing 3-5 around the trade deadline. They made a bold move, offering a second-round pick to the Steelers for Claypool, only to see him traded to Chicago instead. The Steelers gambled on the assumption that Chicago's pick would be more valuable, a bet that paid off as the Bears floundered. Claypool's time in Chicago was disastrous. He caught only 18 passes in 10 games, leading to his eventual trade to Miami for a mere 6th-round pick swap. As ESPN's Bill Barnwell pointed out, the situation in Chicago deteriorated beyond expectations, as Claypool appeared disinterested and unproductive. The Bears, who had hoped to pair him with Justin Fields, saw that partnership crumble, ultimately leading to the Steelers benefiting from the fallout. After a lackluster stint in Miami, where he caught just 4 passes in 9 games, Claypool faced an uphill battle, spending the following season out of the league due to injury issues. Now he's back, trying to make a name for himself in Green Bay's rookie camp. Claypool has acknowledged this opportunity could be a turning point, as he aims to leave a lasting impression during his tryout. If he succeeds, he might earn a shot to shine when training camp begins in July. In addition to Claypool's tryout, the Packers have been busy securing their draft class. They recently announced the signings of Chris McClellan, Danny Dennison, Yeager Burton, Domani Jackson, and Trey Smack. Only Brandon Cisse remains unsigned, which will be interesting to monitor, especially given last year's slow signing process for second-round pick Anthony Belton. On another note, the Packers are also looking to fill the backup quarterback position following Malik Willis's departure to the Dolphins. With no new acquisitions in the draft or free agency, the competition is heating up between Desmond Ridder and Kyle McCord, the latter of whom has a chance to earn significant playing time this spring. Coach Matt LaFleur expressed confidence in the value of experience, but it will ultimately come down to how well these quarterbacks adapt to the team's offensive scheme. In rookie camp, there's also a familial connection at play, with Isaiah Jacobs, brother of Josh Jacobs, participating in a tryout. This personal touch adds a unique dimension to the camp, reminding us that these young athletes share a journey that transcends the field. As we delve deeper into this rookie minicamp, the stakes are high for both the new talent and the established veterans looking to solidify their roles. The future is now for Green Bay, and every decision is critical as they aim to build a formidable roster capable of competing for a championship. The unfolding drama around Claypool, the draft signings, and the search for a backup quarterback sets the stage for an exciting season ahead. Stay tuned as we dive into the next big story emerging from the Packers rookie camp. In a surprising turn of events, former PFWA All-Rookie wide receiver Chase Claypool is back in the football spotlight, trying out with the Green Bay Packers at their rookie minicamp. Just 3.5 years ago, he was traded for a second-round draft pick, and now he's looking to re-establish himself in the NFL after a tumultuous few seasons. Fans, where are you watching from? Let us know in the comments, and share your thoughts on Claypool's potential impact on the team. Claypool hasn't seen action on the field since the 2023 season and is coming off an injury that sidelined him for a considerable time. In his 4-year career, he has accumulated 175 receptions for 2,261 yards and 13 touchdowns, with his rookie year being nothing short of spectacular, finishing with 62 catches for 873 yards and 9 touchdowns. His early promise at Notre Dame, where he tallied 150 receptions for 2,159 yards and 19 touchdowns, saw him drafted 49th overall by the Pittsburgh Steelers in 2020, yet his trajectory took a sharp turn when he was traded to the Chicago Bears just 2.5 seasons later. Claypool's journey has been riddled with challenges. After signing a contract with the Buffalo Bills in May 2024, he found himself on injured reserve due to a torn ligament and tendon in his toe, leading to his release shortly thereafter. The former standout wide receiver took to Instagram last July, expressing his determination to come back stronger than ever. "I'm back to being the strongest and fastest I've ever been," he declared, and it's clear he is eager to prove his worth. Now, as he tries out with the Packers, the question on everyone's mind is, can he provide the depth Green Bay needs in its wide receiver room? The Packers boast an impressive trio of Jayden Reed, Matthew Golden, and Christian Watson, all of whom have shown promise and skill, especially with Reed's recent contract extension worth over $50 million. However, behind those stars lies a depth issue, which Claypool could potentially help address. The Packers are coming off a disappointing season, 9 wins, 7 losses, and 1 tie, finishing second in the NFC North and suffering a heartbreaking loss to the Chicago Bears in the NFC Wild Card playoffs. They led that game 21-6 entering the 4th quarter but collapsed, allowing the Bears to outscore them 25-6 and ultimately lose 31-27. Inconsistencies like these highlight the need for reliable options at wide receiver, and Claypool's experience might just be the missing piece. However, the question remains, can he regain the form that made him a standout in his rookie season? The Packers coaching staff will certainly be keeping a close eye on his performance during this tryout. Claypool's physical attributes, his size and speed, could be a valuable asset, but he needs to prove he can consistently perform at a high level and stay healthy. As we continue to monitor Claypool's progress, we'll also be looking at how he fits into the broader strategy of the Packers as they aim to bounce back from last season's disappointments. The stakes are high, and every decision counts as they work toward reclaiming their place at the top of the NFC North. Next up, we'll dive into the latest on the Packers' draft strategies and potential trades as they look to strengthen their roster ahead of the upcoming season. Stay tuned as we break down what's next for Green Bay.
As we dive into the latest moves from the Green Bay Packers, there's a palpable buzz surrounding the team right now. They've just signed 5 draft picks along with 10 undrafted free agents, signaling their intent to bolster the roster significantly. Fans, where are you watching from? Drop your thoughts in the comments about these new additions and what they mean for the future of the team. Among the undrafted free agents, we see some intriguing names. Offensive lineman Dylan Barrett, quarterback Kyron Drones, and edge rusher Nigel Kelly stand out as potential game changers. Each of these players brings unique skills that could complement the existing roster. For instance, Drones, who showcased impressive athleticism in college, could be a valuable asset as a backup quarterback, providing depth and competition for the starting role. Meanwhile, Kelly's edge rushing ability could add much-needed explosiveness to our defensive front. Now, let's get into the specifics of one of the draft picks, McClellan. At just 22 years old, he was a 4-star recruit and ranked as the 16th best defensive lineman in the 2022 recruiting class. He initially committed to Florida, but after 2 years, he transferred to Missouri for the 2024 season. It's clear that McClellan has a solid pedigree, and Dane Brugler, The Athletic, ranks him as the 8th best defensive tackle in his class, with a potential 3rd to 4th round grade. This is not merely a gamble. It's a calculated risk that could pay dividends for the Packers. Looking at McClellan's college career, he appeared in 51 games, racking up 133 tackles, 17 tackles for loss, and 10.5 sacks. Those numbers reflect his capability to disrupt plays and apply pressure in the backfield. His ability to also defend passes and create turnovers, evidenced by his 1 fumble recovery and 1 forced fumble, shows that he can contribute beyond just his primary role. This type of player is essential for a defense looking to regain its dominance. The addition of McClellan is particularly timely. With the Packers seeking to strengthen their defensive line, his presence could be pivotal. He might just fit into a rotation with other defensive linemen who have shown promise but have yet to consistently deliver. The challenge will be for him to transition from college to the NFL, but if he can harness his skills effectively, he could emerge as a cornerstone of the Packers' defensive strategy. As we analyze these recent signings, we must acknowledge the strategic vision of the Packers front office. By picking up both drafted and undrafted players, they're not only broadening their talent pool, but also fostering a competitive environment that could lead to significant improvements in performance. However, while this offseason has been filled with promise, the true test will come when these players hit the field. Can McClellan translate his college success into the NFL? Will Drones bring the spark needed in the quarterback room? And can Kelly become a reliable edge presence? These questions linger in the air as fans hold their breath in anticipation. In conclusion, the Green Bay Packers are making bold moves that reflect both ambition and a commitment to building a competitive team. The integration of these new players could signal a shift in the dynamics of the roster. And as fans, we should remain optimistic yet critically aware. What do you think? Are these signings enough to push us back into contention? Let's hear your thoughts and opinions. Don't forget to subscribe for more updates and analysis on our beloved Packers. The season is just around the corner, and the excitement is building.